Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Drinks and Destination, a handy guide to the world of wine, spirits and more, along with a dip into travels around the world.
You're listening to TFG Football.
And what a day it was. I would say rather what a night it was. 6th June, at least for me, because this was the first time, just like I said, I was watching the national team play. And wow, 2-0, somebody's prediction came right, and that somebody is Chiranjit Oja, sitting right in front of me in the studio. What's up, Chiranjit?
Yeah, it was spot on. I actually didn't expect it to be that spot on.
Exactly.
You know, I said the game is going to start with Nepal sort of trying to, get in there fast. And same thing was happening. All those long balls were reaching Robin, and he was just being outrun by Aditya out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Robin Singh.
What's wrong? No, that was his best.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I see, Robin is not a runner.
Yeah.
You won't expect him to chase balls and finish it.
He just gets the ball and finishes it off.
Because he is somebody who's lethal in the final touch, in the box. So those balls are not coming in. That's the reason you can say that he was underperforming. But, Constantine has been picking him for one reason, that he is the man to go to when you don't have things working for you.
Yeah.
He's not Mr. Consistent, but he gets in when required. He's not
goals.
Sunil Chhetri. Sunil Chhetri is light on his feet. Robin Singh is strong. He's got a left foot that can,
powerful one.
In a snap of a second, you can just find a ball in the back of the net. That kind of performance. He's not a 90-minute man. He's not somebody who India can rely on to get goals consistently.
Yeah. Right, great point. But
so when everything is going right, other than Robin Singh, sub-Robin Singh, probably.
As in, also that last night we didn't see any, by fluke or by the chance, and the ball touched him and got to him, and then he has to finish it off.
He should have finished from Jackie Chan cross.
Two headed chances for him. Two. That should have been him.
We almost went and then we're like, oops. That's how it was. But
was his head not in the proper shape because of his haircut? That may have played a role.
There was one occasion where he actually pushed his own player and he took the ball.
I think that was JJ's fault. Like, Robin had the ball.
He was on the run, Robin was on the run.
Robin was on the run. Why was JJ just getting right at him?
They were trying together. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? I know my friends, but still, let's keep some space where he can pass the ball back to you.
East Bengal player pushing Mohan Bagan player. Right kaise nahi ho gaya? Wahi soch raha tha main. The thing was that first few minutes, like first 20 minutes or so, you could see some rust is there because this team has not played together for a very long time, and they were trying to get adjusted to each other. But I don't know, I think that early sub Rollin Borges ka cut ho gaya and he went out. Eugene came in, suddenly everything started looking better. Right? And
that credit goes to, I mean, yes, I know this was a cut and you had to be replaced, but still that credit goes to right time. Constantine, as usual, played his proper card, just like, Kevin mentioned that one of the podcasts he mentioned, it's like a card game, he literally, so he was speaking about the meeting one, but I'm putting it here right now, because Constantine is one man, like, we've seen him, he's the tactical, just like Chiranjit mentioned in the preview show, that whenever he tries to predict something, you can't really get it right, because Constantine always comes up something new. So here it was about getting the right substitute on the right time. Even Robin Singh went out and he got in the second half, So I think rightly put by Chiranjit. Once Lindo was in and there was suddenly something, something happened on the field and everybody erupted and there was few chances made.
Yeah.
But I think first half should have seen some goals, right?
Yeah, but Rafiq in the middle, what was that?
Yeah.
He was just filling in, I think. Constantine was
it was a rest given to Lindo.
Yeah.
Straight. That was clear indication that just like Chhetri, he wanted Lindo to be protected. Just give him some rest so that he can use in the Kyrgyzstan game. But then unfortunately, the midfield did not work. Rafiq and Borges combination was out of the field, not even clicking, because there was a lot of space created in the middle and there was too much chaos. That was the problem, that the defense was shaken up. because you seen at one point of time, Jingan was not playing right deep. He had to push forward to not let in that central area be empty, because they had Chand in the middle. Rohit Chand for Nepal was. He was good. His touches were fine, and he was the one who's controlling the midfield.
Yeah.
And Chand, given his experience abroad, he's playing for some other countries, so he was quick on his feet. It was difficult to just give him the ball and stay back. So that's the reason the midfield was creating a lot of gap in the middle.
I know the media box was right, at one far end.
Let's not even talk about it.
One far end of the thing. But what I want to ask you all is, when we were close to that action, that went scored. The laps that Gurpreet came out and saved that ball, and he just lost the ball. And then I don't know who was the player from Nepal that was almost kicked in, and it didn't go into the net.
Yeah.
But that moment, everybody had their hearts in their mouth. They were like, damn, that was insane.
No, if Nepal had scored first, we were done for. It would have been a very different
morale would have
second
been
half.
gone down.
No, I mean, maybe we would have fought back. We have fought back after going down multiple times.
Yeah, but
right, against
still.
Cambodia, against Afghanistan, we just keep coming back. But Nepal should not have gotten.
Yeah.
They should. No, I mean, if they had gotten that boost, because they were not that bad either in the first half.
Exactly.
They could have played very differently in the second half. But once you put Daniel Alimpuya in, and you had Vikas Jairo in there, and then Rafiq moves a little bit to the wide, and
that's when it looked like a proper. Second half was.
Second half, it just started. They were knocking. They were creating chances all the time. It was just happening.
Yeah, I mean, and what a way, what a goal! Like, what an understanding between the players. I think just before that goal was created, I would say, not scored but created indeed. There was either a free kick or a corner given to India, and since it was on our stand. Where we were sitting on stand 4 is where I was sitting with all the fans. So they were taking from that end of the corner or a free kick. I'm not sure of one of the either. So we saw an understanding. We saw immediately Sandesh Jingan ran up to whoever was taking the corner and the shot, and they had a chat. And he went back to his position right in front of the goal where a defender or a player stands to head it. Okay, and we saw. We were like, there were many on his jersey number was 5. There were many. वो 5 number jersey na वो मारेगा. And when the ball was released, we saw him go up and head it, but he missed it. Okay, but then again, and then finally it was created. Like Vikas Jairu's cross to JJ's chest, and that goes to Jingan. Look at their placement. I mean, that was amazing. Like, could really draw a diagram over that.
Set pieces, Jingan is lethal. Like that goal he scored against Turkmenistan. Same stuff he's doing here. He's got that height, and he can do the finish as well. So
it was a left foot.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy stuff. Right chest, and then he places himself. Looks at aims it well, just shoots it in, man. That was amazing because they all ran up to our stand.
It was a very high left foot too.
It was a lot of work to be done because JJ's chest down was excellent.
Yeah.
But then again, there was a lot of crowd in front of him and between the goal.
Right.
So he just needed to get it pinpoint accurate, and he did that. There was just one place in the goal that he could score, and his
body looked like a bow, shooting off an arrow.
Yeah.
The way it just tilted
himself
towards an angle and just went like and just it went straight in. And what an explosion.
Yeah,
everybody, this is one thing about Mumbai Football Arena. The crowd isn't there in the stadium, but all the terraces, all the balconies in the buildings are also full. Even they're jumping and cheering and everything. It was like the entire colony was celebrating the goal.
Yeah,
this is
that
awesome.
was amazing. And then we were greedy. Like, at least for the fans sitting over there, we want more. Okay, you've given us second half has been amazing, and then we want more. And
what about the red card?
Of course, professional foul.
Yeah, but then,
he was the last man, right?
He was the last man, but if I were the referee, I wouldn't give that a straight red. It would have been a yellow because there was no clear possession taken by the attack. I'm not sure who was fouled, but it was not a clear-cut opportunity that was denied by the defender. So in that case, it would have been a yellow.
It looked very clear-cut to me. The high ball was
he
coming.
did not have the possession. Yeah. So that's the reason it's not a.
But he was almost there getting the position before that. Just before outside the box, he was just literally pulled down. So it wasn't off the ball. It could be seen as a violent contact off the ball. Maybe that
But then
works
I
into
think
it
that
as
should
well.
have been a penalty. It was right inside the box. We
It
all
looked
thought
very much.
It looked from inside the box.
Our end,
it was.
everything,
It was.
Everything looked like a penalty because we were, because we were too far.
But no, we were right there, right? So it just happened there, and we were in the box, and everybody took off their phones to shoot the video because you're like, okay, it's penalty, and JJ is taking it, and it will go in.
Yeah.
So now let's just capture the moment. And then suddenly when everybody lifted their phone, the referee is like, hey, idhar aa, kya kar raha tum? JJ is like, no, I'm taking the penalty. Like, no, come here. And then you're like, are you freaking? And you're like, damn it, what the hell?
The touch happened just outside the box, probably.
No, it
He
was
went
inside.
down inside.
It was inside.
Okay.
Right inside the box. So when we saw the red card, we were like, and he even gave the the sign that says, okay, it's a penalty. We're like, oh, okay, we all celebrate, it's penalty. But I don't know what happened then later. Like, no, you come here, you have to score, it's a free kick. Like, what the hell,
What
man?
if Chetri was there behind that free kick?
Ah.
Just mouth-watering. Even he must have been standing there like, damn it, I want to take that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. I mean, since you mentioned Chetri, I have to say this. Though he was not there on the field, but his presence was felt all around. I mean, he was sitting right there next on the VIP stands. I mean, over there, and the fans from even before the match started had chants from him. There were a
We want
poster.
Chetri.
There was a poster right up there. I saw, before the match was starting, and we saw a poster wind up saying Indian Messi, Sunil Chetri. It was all
Nahin,
crazy.
kai ko,
Yeah,
nahin.
please, that comparison itself is like degrading Sunil Chetri.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
It's
would you do that?
just saying like, it's just like you're a European fan. You're just trying to make connections, so you can just give them. There were a few kids who were older.
अभी कोई गुरप्रीत सिंह को इंडियन राहुल द्रविड़ बोलेगा और मैं उसको ऐसा चांटा मारेगा ना. But whatever.
No, nobody will
Peace.
do that. Well, talking about Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, he is a giant up there. Okay, the saves that he did, yes, one lap ho gaya, but then he had some amazing saves. Though most of the match, I would say Nepal. I think that was the only time that Nepal came into the India's D. Okay, after that, and in the first half, because we didn't see you most of the time.
No, in the second half, there was one diving save to his left by
in the
Sandhu.
second half. I was talking about the first half. The laps that happened, that was the only time that Nepal tried to.
And that mix-up that
enter.
we talked about at the end of the D, where Gurpreet came out thinking it was his ball.
Oh shit.
That really gave me a scare. Like, no, I don't want to see that.
That was a Shilton Paul moment right there. But yeah.
Well, yeah, and then the second goal happened. It was Rafiq.
Oh,
crossed
it
it.
was Rafiq. No, it was only Rafiq.
Rafiq, yeah.
I'm telling you, that goal just belonged to Rafiq because he was the one who won the ball.
Yeah.
And he made that space onto the right hand side, and the delightful ball to JJ as if there was nothing in
just
the
there.
world could stop him.
Yeah.
Simple
Just
of a
like a
finish, but it was made to look easy by Rafiq.
Yeah.
I'm saying JJ, he didn't have the best of days yesterday. But Rafiq, even though if you just say what was the best moment for Rafiq, it was that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
He really stepped up.
it was
the
a lot
second
of
half.
effort because it was. Had Nepal been given that opportunity, they would have just struck a counter. But Rafiq just did the other way around. That's the reason there was nobody marking JJ in the box, and so much place was there.
Yeah, JJ, I don't know. Like apart from the finish, he looked a bit wobbly. Like first half, one incident like was really, you know, it caught my eye was there was, I think, a corner kick happened, and then it was played outside, but Jackie Chan was charging at it, like he was trying to win the ball back, and JJ just. The ball was lost, but he just stopped paying attention. He was walking away.
He
gave
didn't
up.
chase the ball.
Yeah, and he didn't need to chase the ball. Jackie Chan was doing it. And what happened 2 seconds later, Jackie Chan wins the ball and he played it right and into the goal mouth. And JJ was not ready for that.
Yeah.
Had he been
There
like
were many
a little
other
bit,
moments like that. Yeah.
he just turned off. And even that pushing incident with Robin Singh, his placement was a bit off. But I think towards the second half, he just
came up after the
became much
first goal,
better.
because he assisted. That was a good cross, and then he got the goal. So second half, I think every player was charged up after a slight placement was kept right, so every player could breathe in their spaces, and they were
India
comfortable.
made a lot of changes. I think about 6 changes. Substitutions.
5-6 changes allowed in international friendly. So
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, I was really happy to see Daniel.
Jerry got a debut.
Jerry, 19-year-old.
Yes.
19-year-old.
Great stuff. I mean, just like we said. Now, post-match, what happened in the press?
A lot
post-match press
of
conference?
stuff happened. Basically, Constantine was talking about how much this win means for India, and doesn't matter who you're playing. When you're playing a team like Kyrgyzstan, you need a match practice. You need to see the boys in action.
Right.
You need to see how this works out. So he's talked about that and much more, and some intricacies. So let's listen in on what he said.
Do you think you needed this match to sort of get through the rust of not playing for a while? So do you think you've got enough momentum from this game to take into the Kyrgyzstan match?
Yeah, we need these friendly games. They're very, very important for us in giving opportunities to players who have not played so much for the national team to get us back in the rhythm. It's these games. I can't stress how important they are for us. And obviously, when you win, it makes things better. But I think we got a good lesson today. We dominated, but we didn't put away the chances we had, and this is why you have these games to try and improve. So, yeah, very important for us. Look, I think it was a friendly international, and you have to take that in its context. Are we progressing? I think every game we play, we are trying to get better. And that's why we need these kind of games. The big test, obviously, will be next week with Kyrgyzstan Republic. And it will be a completely different game and a different atmosphere and a different feeling. So, but it's good. It's good that we got the international. And again, I thank Nepal for coming. And, let's see.
Coach, how do you assess Robinson's performance? Were you satisfied with it?
Look, Robin is a fighter. He will give you everything he has for every minute of the time he's in the game. He has a particular job, a particular trait that he does. On another day he could have scored a hat-trick today. It didn't happen for him. That's it. I was always going to change players around. We have 6 substitutions, so it's not a reflection on whether he played good or bad. He was always going to be one of the 11 that comes off. Look, if I'm honest, I'm not going to go into detail about particular players or particular parts of the game. It was a much needed game. We were good in patches, but there are areas where we can improve upon, and obviously we will be trying to work on those in the next week, so that we can perform better, shall we say, against Kyrgyzstan. Again, these friendly games are important, but when it's an AFC qualifier, a World Cup game, the game takes on a life of itself, if you like, and we will be quite different next week. Sorry? You mean Borges?
Yeah, Borges.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. Made a steal in Goa.
In the first half, there was a big change for Nazari and Jackie Chan. Could you share what prompted that change?
A wing change?
Yeah. He was playing on the left.
Holly went over to take the corner on the other side of the pitch, so he stayed over there for a couple of minutes until he caught his breath back, and then he came back. So there was no tactical change. It was Holly was taking the corner. He went over to that side. The ball got cleared on that side, so he stayed there, and then Jackie came over for the right for a couple of minutes. But there's no issues with those two switching wings. They like to come in and on their good foot, if you like. So Holly's playing down the right side, he'll come in and hit it with his left, and Jackie can do the same with his right. But it wasn't a planned switch or anything brilliantly tactical. It just happened at that moment. But the instructions for both are pretty much the same.
It's 12 wins in 14 matches, 7 on the trot.
Yeah.
How do you describe that?
It's just, I don't. It's just another game. My thoughts are already with Kyrgyzstan and what we're going to do and how we're going to play with them. It's good. It's good to be to see the boys win games, and after we've had a tough beginning to my second stint, which it was always going to be a tough. I think we were 173 when we walked through the door, and we hadn't beaten Nepal for 2 years. So, look, I think it's a process. We are on the right track. We haven't achieved anything yet. 7 wins is great, but We need another 2 or 3 to get it to the Asian Cup, and then maybe I'll be happy.
Coach, what's your assessment of Eugene and Dino's performance in start today? What's your assessment?
What's my assessment on Eugene?
Yeah.
How he's only been playing for the national team for 2 years. How has Eugene only been playing for the national team for the last 2.5 years is my question. Look, I think he's an engine in there. He sees the game, great pass of the ball, works hard, and he knows where to be. You know, I thought he had a great game for us today, which is usual for him.
Coach, which aspect of India's performance were you most satisfied with?
2 goals. They won us the game. There was some great movement, some great interplay for that. It's something that we've been working on, getting the ball wide and getting in the box. And I think JJ's goal was excellent build-up play and great crossing by Rafiq. Did a great job getting down the side. And it was excellent. As for Sandesh, I don't know if he's going to score another goal like that with his left foot. I thought he was going about a mile over the bar. But no, again, that's something we work on, set plays. We try to pick up the second ball as quickly as we can, and Sandesh was in the right place and took it well, took it like a striker.
Coach, any reason for not giving the other keepers a try?
For not giving the other keepers a try? Yeah, because Gupta is the number 1 keeper. He needs games with the national team. He's going to be the starter for next week, so I think he had quite a good game. I didn't want to change things from a goalkeeping perspective. There'll be opportunities for them, but at the moment I thought it best to keep him there, get him used to working with the back 4. Again, he's not even in the country, so it's very important for him to come for these games. And again, that's why we need the games. Look, the life of the international coach is this. Would I like 1 month to prepare for a game? Yes. Am I going to get it? No. Clubs have commitments, AFC, cups, leagues, and it's part of the game. I can't get them as often as I would like. I'm sure every national coach in the world will say the same thing. I need a few more days. For the first part of this camp, we had, I think, 12 days with the boys, and then we got the Mumbai and the Bengaluru players on the 2nd of June. And as you said, they are tired, and some of them have niggles and injuries, but it's part of it. I mean, I don't like it, obviously, but I don't always get what I want, believe it or not. So it's just something that we have to deal with, and obviously it's sometimes it's unfortunate for the players. I mean, Udante is definitely out, and he'll miss the under-23 camp. CK is out. Sunil didn't play today because I'm trying to protect him, which I would do for all of the players. I don't play injured players. I don't play players who are not 100%. So it's part of life. I have to deal with it.
The last 2 questions, Nandu at the back.
Do you see any change in Gurpreet each time he joins the national team?
Yeah, he gets a little bit taller. I'm not sure if we're going to get him in the bus next week.
Yeah, and do you see his influence on the team from the back getting better? And the second question is, do you also advocate the other youngsters in the team to follow his example and gain some new consistency if possible?
I'll start with your last question first. Absolutely. I believe we have talent in this country that there are players that we don't know that we have. Can they play outside? Absolutely. Should they go? Absolutely. I mean, I think from my mentality is how good are you? How good can you be? You don't know until you go outside and test yourself in, say, a European league or in the US, wherever it is. And you have to take your hat off to Gurpreet Singh. He's stuck it out for 3 years in Norway. I don't know if any of you have been to Norway. It's beautiful, but it's bloody cold. By himself, having to look after himself, dealing with it's not easy. It's not easy, but you have to have the faith in yourself, and he's shown that. As to him coming back, yeah, I think him being here, speaking with the boys, telling them what it's like. Okay, it's difficult, but if you fight, people respect that. It doesn't matter where you come from. And him talking to the players and the Jerrys of the world, I am sure that some of them are thinking, if they get the opportunity, how great that would be. So, it would be great if we had more Indian players playing in European leagues, for sure.
Well, you heard from the man himself, and yes, it was a great day, it was a great night, a great match. Great to see our boys back in action, the Blue Tigers. Well, kudos to all the fans who turned up. It was a weekday. I mean, in Mumbai, to get someone on a weekday for a match, it is a crazy thing, because I also saw some of them really directly came from the office because they were in their formal shirt, tucked in pants and bag, all drenched in sweat and everything, and they were
typical
coming
Mumbai.
in. Yeah, but then they were all charged up. Everybody was happy to be part of that fan base over there, and all the supporters club came and showed their mighty chants louder. Yes, they were few in number. I mean, if you're watching on TV, of course there were vacant spaces, but there were pockets of section that was full.
I don't know what was with the VIP section tickets. Were they even on sale? Because,
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, only the open section was sold.
Was on sale. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you sell the VIP seats to fans? It just pretty much guaranteed that the section would not fill up, because if you give out free passes especially in a city like Mumbai, where not many people care that much and not many VIPs care that much about football, you are guaranteeing that the section will be half empty.
Yeah.
So I don't know, they did this with the India-Puerto Rico game as well. Everything else was full except for that section for which the tickets were not out. They did it again. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, let's hope in the future we see. And then I hope the Palestine game also happens in Mumbai. So we have one more action for the Mumbaikers to come out in numbers. But I hope that's on a weekend, okay? Because, come on, if you really want numbers, keep it on a weekend. A match on a weekend, people will come and watch it in numbers. But hey...
the problem is that the FIFA international dates often fall midweek.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now moving on, we have the 7th June today, by the way, and there's some big meeting happening behind the doors. We spoke about it in depth on Friday, what we think about it. But do you want to touch upon it? We have to, like, we just touch upon and give you some, anything new?
Yeah, well, some meeting happened in London
with
between ISL franchises and the ISL organizers, and they were like, apparently, like, none of this is confirmed, of course, that they are reducing the number of foreigners, not 10 but 8 in the squad, and not 6 but 5 in the field. So it's slowly moving towards the acceptable limit, like, which is 4 per squad that AFC has set.
Just before the big day, they're just trying to not portray themselves as villains out there.
Yeah. No, this is okay. I mean, Baichung Bhutia came out with that statement that since ISL has come, player unemployment rate has gone up and all that stuff. So yeah, they're showing a token gesture.
Yeah,
that
something about the marquee. They are breaking down.
Yeah, no more marquee mandatory.
Kind of thing.
So look, what is happening is that they're adopting the MLS structure, Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
There they have a budget, maximum budget for every team. Plus, there's an optional chance of signing a marquee player whose salary will not be counted within that purse. So it used to be 20 crore, including marquee for ISL teams. Now it's 18 crores, excluding marquee, which means they are preparing for a longer season. And it means more money for Indian players. So the marquee player ka whatever budget is, it will be counted outside, and the teams have the choice to sign a marquee or not sign a marquee. Which should be like, I don't see this caste system within the team, right? Everybody is a player. And how often have we seen a marquee player not do well in ISL while non-marquee players have done so well?
Yeah.
Right?
Because all your marquee players are all retired players.
Yeah, it often happens that because ISL teams seriously don't have that much budget. You know, their expense goes up because of franchisee fees and all that jazz. Their budget level is not that higher from I-League clubs. Like right now, it's 18 crores a purse. How much is an I-League team, big I-League team's budget? 15 crores. They're coming down to the I-League level. You know, that situation for a proper merger is being created, but. I don't see why they would even have that option in that. Hey, we're gonna have a marquee player. Like, please just have a good player. You know, you don't have to put
and make them a captain. It's okay. Go ahead, make your captain. But what is a marquee got to do
you don't
with
have to. You don't need that tag. People know football. If you bring a good player who has done really well in Europe or wherever, people will take notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, whatever. I just don't even. They tried it in I-League. It was a joke. They wised up and they dropped it. Same thing will happen in ISL. Yeah. It happens everywhere. Football is a team game. It's not about one or two big star names in the team. It's not cricket. Okay, you don't pull a team like that. But yeah, hopefully, this trend continues.
But anything do you see an outcome today, both of you?
Oh, no outcome will be announced today. So see, what is happening is that East Bengal and Mohun Bagan people talked to Deto Windsor and they were saying, we have done this, we have done that, 100-year history and all that shit and stuff. And Deto Windsor told them, don't be so emotional, make a presentation, give us some facts that this is our contribution, this is why we should be there, and this is why there should be one league with proper merger. And that's the position they are holding now, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, that there should be a proper merger. Everybody should be there in the top division. So yeah, they will make a presentation. IMG Reliance people will make another presentation, and then there will be some deliberation.
And then there will be marks put. Okay, who came good, who passed, who's failed.
Yeah, but this is good because East Bengal and Mohun Bagan will speak for an open league and a full merger. And IMG Reliance will just talk about expansion of ISL, and maybe if East Bengal Mohun Bagan come on board, they will try to make that the official top division but a closed league. So we have two different perspectives, and maybe they will try to get a middle ground out of it. So the further to the open side East Bengal and Mohun Bagan push, the more chance there is that the outcome will have that much bent.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen today. Wait for another couple of weeks. Maybe they will deliberate on whatever decision is taken over the next 2 weeks, and we will see what happens.
Okay, then that's about it, I guess. Well, for whatever updates you need, that's a one-stop TFG football Twitter handle. Follow it so we get all the updates. We'll put you all the updates about the meeting as well and everything related to Indian football. Now, if you in case you missed out on the match last night, don't worry. We have a great picturized when you read the match report, you can actually visualize, because that's what I did, because I saw and then I was reading, oh yeah, exactly, so it was a great match report up on our website that would give you an idea of what unfolded on the field. Up on our website, thefangarage.com. Do give it a read. Have a great day, folks. If you're listening to us on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get updates of our new episodes. You can also listen to our show on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, and various other podcasting apps. Catch us on Twitter, Boza_Kevin, Chiranjit Oja, Suju Matthew 94. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the show. Come back to us tomorrow. Enjoy. Cheers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.